Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so Kim Potter, the person that's responsible for the death of Dante Wright, incident that took place last year, not too far removed from the George Floyd incident, and it was in the same area, about 10 miles from where George Floyd was killed. But nevertheless, Kim Potter was put on trial for the killing of Dante Wright because basically, according to her, she thought it was her taser instead of her service weapon. She ended up pulling out her service weapon instead of her taser, shooting and striking Dante Wright and basically taking his life. She was arrested and she was put on trial. And basically, to make a long story short, you know, she was ridiculed by the prosecution. Basically, they didn't buy what she said. They basically said, hey, you've been on the job 26 years. You are a training liaison officer. That means you train officers. So basically, you should know better than anybody. You supposed to be setting an example, but basically, you can't even, determine a gun from a taser. So to make a long story short, she was convicted, and now she's looking at anywhere from 10 to 25 years in jail. At the end of the day, it won't bring back Dante Wright, but at least his family can have some kind of, closure and security that she's going to pay for what she did. Doesn't matter whether it was an accident or not, she took somebody's life. And she showed negligence and irresponsibility. It's just no excuse to justify her mistaking a taser for a weapons, especially when you are a training officer, and that pretty much sealed her fate. So at the end of the day, I hope the family of Dante Wright sues the fuck out of the state and the city of, I think it was Brooklyn City, Minnesota. Of course, they got Benjamin Crunk on the job. What else is new? But nevertheless, I hope they can get max amount of money for, you know, the negligence of that particular police department. So I'm happy. And for the people that's going to sit up there and say, well, she should have been convicted for murder. Well, first of all, you have to prove that she intended to murder the dude. They got her for manslaughter. She's going to pay some kind of price. Okay. She's going to do some time. By the time she gets out of jail, she's 49, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. 49. So more than likely, she's going to do at least, she going to do some time. She won't ever be able to practice law enforcement again. By the time she gets out of jail, more than likely, she'll be eligible for, basically her pension. Now, will they give it to her? That remains to be seen. Now, keep in mind, the family of Dante Wright can file a civil suit against her, so they can go after her pension. So she could wind up with nothing. So let's see what happens. And I just wanted you to get a look at the mother of his son that he leaves behind. So you can see she's a black woman. And I just want to say before I leave, fuck Cynthia G, because she made some very disrespectful and discouraging comments in regards to, Dante Wright, his blackness and all that shit. She just such a fucking lousy cornball bitch. But nevertheless, this your boy Town Biz. I'm out.